I also started intermittent fasting. I would wake up and not have my first meal maybe until lunchtime. So a day of eating for me on the set of season 3.
What's going on YouTube, it's Jason, and in this video I'm going to be reacting to Luke Newton's interview with Men's Health, where he discusses how he got in shape for the latest Bridgerton series. Now I just wanted to say, this is not a Bridgerton channel. I know I've done like 3 videos related to Bridgerton, but I'm a personal trainer, and so my interests are in all things body image, wellness and health. And it just so happened that Nicola Coughlan's plus size allegations and Luke Newton's glow up focused on body image. But in this video, I'm going to be critiquing his diet and training from a science-based personal trainer's perspective. Let's run the video.
Hello, my name's Luke Newton and I'm here to talk about my diet and transformation. When we were shooting season 2, I would eat anything. I mean, we'd just come out of lockdown, so it was like a different time. I also felt like it was just appropriate to the character.
So yeah, as we can see from the photos, Luke had a higher body fat in season 2, and that was because he was eating anything and everything. And to be honest, this sounds quite like a lot of people. Diet is the principal thing, and that's your first port of call if you want to change shape.
And then, getting the call and being told that I was going to lead season 3, I wanted to change my lifestyle slightly, become healthier and just like ready to go into this season and feel like I have my energy levels high. So first of all, it was about that. And then I get the first script. The first line that I saw, Benedict says, "Under what foreign sun did you apparently get so sturdy?" So I was like, right, okay, he's transformed slightly, so I'm really going to dive into this. And then from there, I just kind of relished the challenge. I enjoyed that whole process, really. I looked into a few meal prep companies that I could order because I didn't want to just go chicken, broccoli and rice. To me, that was so boring.
Yeah, I 100% agree with this. A lot of people think that to be healthy, all you need to do is eat chicken, broccoli and rice, because that's what all the celebrities do when they want to get in shape. But I mean, if you like that stuff, it's great, but you don't need to be so boring. As long as you understand nutrition, you can be flexible as to your food choices.
I love avocado. I know some people hate it, but I just love it so much. And I'm told that it's really good for your gut, so I have that probably most days. Eggs, I love eggs. I'll have them every day. And then just like meat. Yeah, had a lot of meat. I also started intermittent fasting. I would wake up and not have my first meal maybe until lunchtime. And then I would have my lunch and dinner and then call it a day. And also just...
So, a nice meaty one to kick off. Intermittent fasting, what are my thoughts and what does the science say? Personally, I don't rate it, I don't think it's sustainable, and when you look into the science, all the benefits of intermittent fasting, number 1, lean very heavily on a calorie deficit. So my question is, why not just eat normally and eat in a calorie deficit? And number 2, the benefits of metabolism and all this kind of stuff are very temporary and they're not lasting and they don't have a significant effect. So if you want to use intermittent fasting to reduce your calorie intake, go ahead, but don't do intermittent fasting because you think it's magic or it's going to help you lose weight faster, because categorically it won't.
Dropping out snacks. Like, snacks are just never gonna help, I don't think. Have your meal and let your body recover.
Yeah, so Luke is also a member of the anti-snack brigade. I don't really have an opinion on this. I'm kind of neutral either way. Snacks are not bad, they're not good. I think ultimately it's about making it fit in with your diet. I know a lot of people that are overweight that think that snacking is their problem. No, scientifically, your total calorie intake is your problem. If you can make it work, personally, I quite like snacking. I think it breaks up meals. I tend to eat every 2 to 3 hours, so I have a main meal, and in between the meals, I will have a snack. The key is that your calories work by the end of the day.
So, a day of eating for me on the set of season 3, I would have a protein shake in the morning with banana, and that would sort of get me through to lunch. And then I would have a meal prep, meat, lots of vegetables, and get that goodness. And then just a low, like small amount of carbohydrates, whether that be rice, potatoes, pasta. don't deprive yourself of pasta, it's too good.
So it sounded like Luke wasn't on very many carbs, and this is usually the route for most actors and actresses that are trying to get in shape. The kind of no carb, either carnivore or paleo or keto route. Again, whatever floats your boat, if it brings your calories down, that's fine, but you don't need to do that. As a matter of fact, myself and most of my clients who I've got in great shape, I don't eliminate carbs at all. Again, in science, it shows you the primary driver of fat loss is calories. And so what I do is make sure that people's calories are in check first, and then you can make your macros up as you want, whether that includes carbs or not. So yeah, Luke got in shape with minimal carbs, but don't think that you have to do that as well. If you like carbs, keep in carbs.
I would occasionally have the crumble, which is like my weakness. But also I felt like that kept a really good balance for me of like having a treat.
I like that Luke didn't cut out all desserts, because I believe that desserts should be enjoyed as part of a balanced diet. To be honest, I'm not a massive fan of the whole treat culture or the whole good versus bad food. I think it fosters an unhealthy relationship with food where people are either on the wagon or off it, either being really good and losing weight or unraveling and binging. We shouldn't be rewarding ourselves with food. It's not a therapist. It's not some sort of pat on the back. Food is food, and you make it work for your body.
I would train every evening after we filmed. I felt like I couldn't get out of bed at 3:30 in the morning. I know a lot of people do it and respect you, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I totally agree with this. Too many people try and force workouts in at certain times of day because they think it works best with their schedule. But really, if you want to get the best results and the best out of your performance, you should train at the time of day that you have the most energy. So, if you're an early bird, an early starter, then obviously mornings will work better for you because that's when you perform at your best. But if you're someone that goes to bed late and maybe doesn't wake up till a bit later, then it'll be much more beneficial for you to train later on in the day.
So I would get up, go to set, film different scenes all day. Maybe it's a ball scene, maybe it's a bit of a stunt scene, maybe it's sexy scenes, I don't know. And then I would head home, train. I would always start with a run, which I'm told is probably not the best way to train if you're going to do weight training afterwards, but I felt like it really just woke my body up. So I did 5K pretty much every day, but I would alternate that. It was not like a continuous 5K. I would run one, walk one, run one, walk one, run one. Yeah. Is that 5? Yeah.
So yeah, Luke knows that this is not an efficient way to train, but to be honest, he's not alone. A lot of people make this mistake. They'll go in the gym and train for an hour, for example, and spend half an hour doing grueling cardio and then go on to their weights. And science has shown that when you do it in that order, your weightlifting does suffer. And your weightlifting is what brings you the shape, the boost in metabolism, and also your strength and power. So you don't really want your weight training to suffer. If changing shape is your primary goal, leave your cardio till afterwards because your cardio suffering won't have a detrimental effect on your physique. Of course, if you are a keen runner, someone who, for example, is like preparing for a marathon, then yes, obviously do your cardio first. But for most people, leave it till afterwards.
I'd got my cardio in and then I would weight train. I primarily focused on upper body, but you know, since we've finished, I've had to get those leg days in. I know they're a struggle, but I do have to do them.
Yeah, further to my previous point, if Luke was doing 5Ks before his weight training sessions, had he swapped them around, who knows, he may have actually built more muscle. I guess it's not the end of the world, maybe he didn't need more muscle for the role. In terms of leg days, please get your leg days in. You want to build a strong and balanced physique. You don't want to end up looking like Johnny Bravo.
It was a really fun process and I really loved it, and it gives you this new sense of confidence.
Absolutely. Getting in shape is one of the best things you can ever do for your body and your mind. I've seen clients make absolutely drastic transformations in their lifestyles and their choices just by getting in shape. Like seriously, I've seen people change job, start businesses, and even leave partners. It literally is a game changer. Anyone thinking about it, I would strongly recommend getting in shape and seeing how you feel.
I was told for an intimacy scene, to have a glass of red wine the night before. Sorry, not before. Let me say that again. Just get drunk before you see. I was told to have a glass of wine the night before an intimacy scene because it can really shred you. Rumour has it that came from Henry Cavill. I have no idea if it did.
Yeah, this tactic of drinking wine to look leaner is very popular amongst celebrities looking to get in shape for movies and TV series, and also bodybuilders. But does it actually work? Well, scientifically, it's not backed. I have seen many people kind of dehydrate a bit and look a bit leaner before a photo shoot or like a bodybuilding show, for example. The massive but is that you need to be lean in the first place. So you're not going to be overweight or carrying more body fat, drink wine, and then suddenly shred up and look leaner. It's not going to happen. You need to already be lean, and then some of these tactics may help to manipulate your physique and make you look a little bit leaner. But it's definitely not a game changer for 99.9% of people.
I do, yeah, and I'm sure that probably upsets a lot of people because I know people don't like it, but I do. I love it. I have a coffee every morning in bed. I go out to my local coffee shop, I come back, I sit back in bed.
Eating in bed and eating late in general, again, this is demonized. And in terms of fat gain or fat loss, it doesn't make a massive difference according to science about what time you eat. Some people, a matter of fact, some people I know that are overweight never have dinner after 6 p.m. because they think this is going to be the secret to fat loss. It's not. Ultimately, your total calorie intake is going to determine whether or not you gain or lose body fat. But what I would say in terms of digestion and things like acid reflux, when you eat too close to bedtime, you can get some discomfort in your sleep. And so I try and encourage people to try and leave around 3 to 4 hours if you can to have your last meal before you end up going to bed. But ultimately it's down to preference and just make it work within your total calories. So yeah, that's my opinion and my reaction to Luke's video. He did get in shape for the Bridgeton video. I have to shout him out for that. So what he did worked to a degree. It doesn't mean that it's the most efficient way to do things according to science. A matter of fact, I think if he fine-tuned a few things, he probably would have been in better shape. Controversial opinion, but that's what the science says. Hope you enjoyed this video anyway and found it informative. Don't forget to like it if you did. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you again soon.